So basically, detectives had nothing better to do. They saw a black guy driving a Lexus, decided to pull me over. When I asked why I was being pulled over, he's like, "No, give me your license." I'm like, "Well, why am I being pulled over?" So he tried to say that I overtook someone, when really I was in the right-hand lane and changed lanes to the left-hand lane. So, yeah. So now we get to Periscope about what it's like to be pulled over just for being black. Of course, they're running the car right now. They're not going to get anything. So it is fun to get guns drawn on you for just driving around. Just be faster than the passenger. How many times have you been pulled over? I don't know, probably over 400. DWB, exactly. So, put on, let me ride, crank it. Yeah, that'll probably, I could be the first person to get shot on Periscope. That could be a first. Would that make me YouTube famous? Yo, why do you think I know they don't mess around. Why do you think I turned the Periscope on? If anything happens to me, you guys are the last people to see me. Literally the last people to see me alive. And I can guarantee you guys, if I got taken to jail, I would not kill myself. Mark my words, I would never kill myself. So if anything happens to me, it was not 400 times, but how many were legit? I've never gotten a ticket. So you do the math on that. Yeah, 400 times was an exaggeration. That was just, that's actually, that's like fact. 400 is probably a pretty good estimate, because I imagine it's probably somewhere between 380 and 450. So same thing happens every time. They run the car, it doesn't come back stolen. They look at my insurance, it's valid, and then they go, "Oh, all right, well, try to be careful out here. Have a good night." Sometimes they go through the pageantry of making you get out of the car and doing like a DUI test or whatever, but taillight's broken. I've had that lie before, and then I get out of the car and I'm like, "Can you show me where my taillight's broken?" And I look at it and it's not, and they're like, "Oh, it looked broken." Go Hawks. Yes, go Hawks. Stanley Cup. The official Stanley Cup shirt. The cool thing is, though, for you guys who didn't know, I got a mount now, so you guys are properly mounted on my window wide Periscope. The funny thing is, I actually came out to do a Uber Uncensored today, because I hadn't made an Uber Uncensored, and we were out in the boat yesterday, but probably all the meth in the car. They told my license plate's bulb was out. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this car. That's their sergeant who just drove by, so got a good attitude. I mean, no, it's never anything actually wrong. What they do is they profile you and they go, "Oh, it's a black dude in a nice car. He must be either A, drug dealer, B, he has like some warrants or something wrong, or they'll ask and they search the car, and then like me, I have nothing on me, so I don't care. But like these idiots go, "Yeah, search my car," because they think they're smarter than like police or dogs, and then they search people's cars, and then all kinds of stuff like comes and they get charges. So profiling, yeah. So this is what it ends up being, just a colossal waste of time most of the time. Like right now, I probably should have started this Periscope maybe, I've been pulled over now for, what time is it? I've been pulled over for like 10 minutes, so, well, 10 minutes before I started Periscoping. So I should have started this video sooner, so you guys could have seen the initial interaction, but I didn't. Well, they shouldn't have stuff in the car. No, I agree, don't get me wrong. Yeah, too bad I don't smoke. My car's profiled so much. See, when 2 kids in the car, they have a dumb look. Yeah, pretty much. Yo, just for you, I'm gonna do the meow game. I won't do it like to the point where I get arrested for doing it, but I will do it just to be funny. He's checking for donuts. Yeah, exactly. I will say, not all police are bad. But the ones that pull over you for racial profiling are obviously horrible people. So, I'm white and this is yellow. It should. I mean, to me, I don't really care. If you're doing anything wrong, then yeah, get pulled over. But literally, I mean, I saw them because I drove past them in the right lane. They were all stopped in the left lane. I pulled up at the light. The light's red. I drove off. The car that was originally in front of them, like there were two cars in front of them, that car turned left, and then the other car turned right. So then I was just the only thing left. And they're like, oh, guy with a baseball hat and a Lexus. Let's pull him over. What's taking so long? I'm black. What do you think's taking so long? They're just intentionally trying to waste my time. What car am I driving? It's a blacked out Lexus. You're an American, race shouldn't matter. That's a great statement. Unfortunately, it's not true in this country, but the idea there is great. I do appreciate the highs, the hearts, guys. Drive a Toyota Corolla. I've rented a Toyota Corolla before, like on rental car trips. Where am I at? The corner of Douglas and Kedzie? Yeah, the corner of Douglas and Kedzie. Which I easily could, I mean, I got police friends I could easily call, but it's not even worth it. I wish my biggest problem was getting pulled over in my Lexus. I don't know if you really wish that. Like, if I got pulled over once in a blue moon, I wouldn't care. But like when I was in high school, and for high school, just started college and all that, I probably, and my best friend at the time, we got pulled over every weekend at least once a day. So at least 3 times a weekend, because we get pulled over Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes the best of which we got pulled over was, we got pulled over 3 times in a 22-minute time period. So that was the record for how many times we got pulled over. None of those times we got a ticket. The first time I was driving a 97 Dodge Intrepid, and it was when Fast and the Furious came out, and we went to this movie theater that had like the premiere, obviously. So everyone with like a riced out car was there, and I'll never forget this. There was a Porsche and a Corvette like in front. Then there was a souped up Honda and a like some kind of souped up Nissan in front of me. And then there's my car. And then like when the light turned green, everyone goes and like floors it and they go off and speed, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like I see lights, so I pull over. Maybe you thought you were a famous rapper. And he's like, "Oh, do you know why I pulled you over?" I'm like, "Why?" And then he goes, "Because you did a false start." I said, "What's a false start?" And he says, "Oh, you spun your tires at the light." I'm like, "I'm in a 97 Dodge Intrepid. How can I spin my tires at the light?" I'm like, "So all the sports cars that you just saw in front of me didn't do anything, but it was me?" Anyway, so that guy ends up letting me go. I literally drove 100 yards and made a left-hand turn, lights again. So I'm thinking it's the same guy, right? Totally different cop. Cop goes, "Hey, do you know why I pulled you over?" And I said, "Because I'm black." And he's like, "Oh, you think it's funny?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I know you don't have a reason to pull me over." He's like, "I got you speeding, doing 70 and a 30. I said, "Impossible." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, why don't you get," and whatever the officer's name was, I'm like, "Why don't you get him on the radio?" Because I literally just was pulled over, hit for him on that corner. I'm like, this car can't even get up to 70 miles an hour that fast. Hear sirens. So anyway, so he like calls, and then the other guy's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I just pulled him over." And he's like, "How long ago?" And he's like, "I don't know, a minute." And then he's like, "Wait, where?" Hold on, guys. You guys aren't gonna hear because of the ambulance. So they call, they let me go. And then we're like, "You know what, dude, if we get pulled over twice in like 2 minutes, it's time for us to call it a night." So we go, we like start driving back to my boy's place. We head back to my boy's place. Sure enough, on the way there, pulled over a 3rd time. Chick cop was like, "Hey, you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "Why?" She's like, "You have a busted taillight." I said, "No, I don't." She's like, "What?" I said, "You're lying." I'm like, "Show me my busted taillight." She goes, "All right, get out of the car." I get out of the car, walk to the back of the car. My buddy hits the brakes. Both taillights light up. I said, "I'm sorry, where's the busted taillight?" She's like, "Well, it wasn't working a second ago." I'm like, "So you're telling me a second ago My taillight wasn't working, but now all of a sudden it works perfectly. I was like, are you done wasting my time? So then she like ran my name again, up and came back, and we get to go. And then we expeditiously went home. Let's see. Has he asked you for a DNA sample yet? No, has not. But as you can see, we're just sitting here. Like, who makes a traffic stop for what going on? I don't know, how long has it been now? I've been periscoping with you guys, what, almost 10 minutes now? So 20 minutes. 20 minutes on a technically illegal traffic stop, because yeah, I'm actually tempted to like make a big thing out of this video and just show the blatant racism going on with discrimination based on police officers. So I did have earlier, I don't know if you guys I don't know if I was periscoping then. I had a group of girls that actually stopped and were like on the side, and one of them was like, oh, that's my boyfriend, because they were like trying to make sure that they could record in case anything happened. Fun fact, it's actually illegal to record police officers in Chicago, which is super sketchy, because like, why would you not want to be recorded while you're doing your job if you're doing it correctly? Like, the only way you would not want to be recorded is if you're doing something sketchy, right? My dad's there in the car behind you. Okay, that's good. That still's not going to change anything I say in this conversation. Your dad racially profiled me, and he's a douche. Chicago cops are dirty as hell. Some of them are. I mean, I'm friends with a ton of cops, so I won't say that all cops are dirty. But in this situation, I will just say that these guys, because they're not even like cops, they're detectives. So they for sure thought that like I was a drug dealer or something. They were like hoping they were going to get like, when they walked up to the car, smell weed or something like that, which obviously they didn't, because I wouldn't just be sitting in the car wasting my time talking to you guys. Did the guy go home and leave you? No, they're just sitting in the car. They're probably just chilling, honestly. Slip him a donut. I don't have any donuts. Call my dad a douche. I mean, do you want me to repeat it? I'll say it again. I have no problem saying that. Like, you can call him on the cell phone and tell him I said that. Like, I don't care. They're just watching my scope. They should be fans of mine now. That'd be great. That'd be amazing. I just made them famous. Like, they should type in and I actually like respond. That'd be even better. How long are they gonna keep me here? I don't know. The funniest part is that before I was gonna go do my Uber Uncensored, I needed to stop for gas. So like, I'm literally slowly just killing all my gas just sitting here. He is a douche if he pulled this guy over. Why did they say they stopped you? They said, all right, for the people that just joined us, coming up to an intersection, there were cars in the there's two lanes. There's cars in the left lane and there's no cars in the right lane. So I drove up in the right lane to the stoplight. Like, it's not like even the light was green. I drove up to the stoplight. When it turned green, I kept going straight in the left lane. I mean, in the right lane. The car that was in the left lane was turning, so I turned on my turn signal, got over into the left lane, which was two cars in front of the cops. Like, that car turned one way, another car in front of them turned another way, and then I was the only car left. And they were like, oh, that's the black guy that was in the other lane a second ago. Let's just pull him over. So that's where we are now. So, mind you, obviously, I'm not an idiot. If I drove past them, I saw them, so it wasn't like I was speeding or anything. So the best excuse they could come up with was that I overtook a vehicle. I wish colored boys would just cooperate with the nice white police officers. Order Jimmy John's. Dude, someone should order me Jimmy John's. I don't even know how I would give you a great shout out for ordering me Jimmy John's. I'm at the corner of Douglas Boulevard and Kedzie. Someone should order me Jimmy John's. Block him. I won't give anyone the honor of being my first block. You can't annoy me that much. But if you guys don't want to see somebody talking, you should definitely block them so that you can't see them in the conversation. He doesn't have a lawyer. He can't afford one. Not on his salary.